Hey, this is Matt once again. We're about to another review of another 80s horror film. And this time it is Spasms, which came out, it says 1983, some places say 84. I'll just say 83 for the sake of argument. Now, I was interested in this film because number one, the premise seemed really out there. I could be a sucker for out there premises. Also, you have Peter Fonda, may he rest in peace. He's in this. Oh, that's cool. He's in a creature feature flick. You also have Oliver Reed, good actor. And the far out premise is Oliver Reed. He plays a guy who long ago, it was him and I believe it's his brother. They went out. There was this big snake. His brother died and Oliver Reed was bitten. And the venom usually will kill people, but it didn't him, and for some reason gave him a telepathic link to this big giant snake. And it's sometime later he wants the snake brought to where he's at because he keeps seeing through the snake's eyes. And this link, and it's like, I want to bring it here and kill the damn thing. Of course, I'm like, well, why don't you just have them kill it there? That would stop it too. But I mean, they do catch it at the beginning. Just have them blow the damn thing's head off with some explosives or something. But hey, what do I know? But he wants to bring it there, I guess, to do it himself for revenge, whatever, as well as to get rid of this link. Peter Fonda's in the film because he's a guy who's doing research on the ESP. Oliver Reed has brought him on, I guess, to do research on the snake as well and get the snake to where he's at when the snake arrives in the States. When the snake gets there and they have a trap, these guys hired by this like satanic cult, they try to steal it and it gets loose and then goes on a rampage. Now, I would say at best this was a time waster, but I was actually kind of disappointed in this, in the fact that the second half, I thought it picked up a bit. I liked some of the attack sequences. I mean, the snake is supposed to be a giant snake. The effects are not that great on the snake, which is probably why you don't see it a lot. You can tell that the director's cutting away from the snake quickly, probably because the director himself thought the snake didn't look that good either. But I like the the POV. The POV's in this blue. I don't know why it's in blue, but it's in blue. And again, some of the attach sequences had a little bit of energy to them. I like the idea that when people get bit, there are times they can pulse, like their skin will pulse, and they have some bladder effects. And one guy, his like whole face is pulsing, and bladder effects they put on that. It was cool to see Peter Fonda in this kind of film. I liked him as an actor. It's too bad he's no longer with us. Oliver Reed, for the character he's playing, I thought he did fine. There's one crazy attack scene where the fucking snake throws this woman and she flies all the way across the hallway, like through and against a shower door. It's not something I expected. I thought, wow, that's a cool little action beat. And it ends on a note that's not stupid. It's no stupid trick ending or twist or downbeat or anything. So my problems with the film, the first half is very slow and uneventful. The first half is this too long of a build-up where you see the snake being caught while these guys are messing around with this tribe. The snake gets captured. The guys who are going to free it and they fuck up, like I said, they're working with the satanic cult. You think the satanic cult is going to come back into play? It never does. Like, this is satanic cult they bring into the movie. That you think, oh, maybe there'll be a scene where this snake like kills the entire satanic cult, or like they bring the snake there, but it is killing satanic cults left and right, and you have your big, your gory effects, maybe have people explode. I mean, it's called Spasms, have them spasm their face and they explode or something. Nope, you get none of that. So it's like, why did you even have a satanic cult here in the first place? You could have just had, well, this guy wants to steal it because he wants to make some money. Or, I don't know why they brought the satanic cult in there. The effects, I wish they went more all out with the effects and the gore. I felt that they left a lot on the table. Like you see some arms, like they pulse and bulge, and one guy's face, his face kind of bulges. But they should really went for the gore. They should really went for, like, if you're going to have a film called Spasms, I think the tagline was like on one of the posters. I should have it here. Doesn't it say something about exploding? Oh, of course, not coming up. But you really could have gone all out and, yeah, just go all out, have people's heads explode and arms explode or legs explode or the whole body explode because they're pulsing because of the insane amount of venom put into them. I mean, or just have their face break out. I mean, there's a lot more you could have done with it. So that's what I mean. It's an out there premise. And I knew when I go into these films with out there premises, I'll complain about realism if it's a movie I fucking hate just because why not? I don't like the film, so I'll make fun of it as many ways as I can. But I'm open to an outrageous premise. As I think Stanley Kubrick once said, realism is overrated. So, but they need to just have a director that really just went batshit insane and fun. I don't know what directors, but okay, like if a director today did it, like if Alexander Aja did this kind of film or something like that, back in the day, I don't know, but I'd say the second half, when it escapes and attacks these guys in the greenhouse. I mean, not greenhouse. It attacks these guys, it escapes, then Peter Fonda's like, well, wait, it's going to want a certain place to hide, or maybe this greenhouse nearby, and then there's an attack scene there. I thought it was a decent sequence, a few decent attack sequences. Snake will grab someone and bang them around and bite them in certain areas. So, I mean, I've seen much worse. Like I say, it's a time waster. It's a time waster at best. Spoiler alert. I'll put my hand up and I'll put my hand down when spoilers are done. Peter Fonda gets to shoot the shit out of the snake and kill it, and it ends. That was cool. I don't know what's going on with my throat. Maybe I got the venom. I'll explode on camera and not in my pants. But Spasms, like I said, it's a crazy premise that I think you could have had a lot of fun with, but the first half just took its sweet time to get going. And the second half, again, there's some action attack sequences, decent uses of the POV, a couple of alright effect scenes. Like I said, it's cool to see Peter Fonda in this early type of role. Granted, they don't really have much to his character. I wish they would have given much more to his character. Like, his character doesn't have too much of a personality or dialogue that's memorable or witty. Like, if they had Peter Fonda okay, think of Tremors and think of those characters and how likable they are and memorable dialogue. And if Peter Fonda played that kind of character, if they had, a personality of that type, I think that would have helped more as well. Like I said, they could have done more with the effects and be a gorier movie. Oliver Reed, I didn't mind him. There were moments that made me not really chuckle, but smirk. Like when he's talking to his daughter, he's like, yeah, I could say I'm crazy and they just send me away, but that is bullshit. You understand? That's bullshit. I feel it deep inside here. Oh, just the way he said that, it did maybe. I don't think it was meant to, but I mean, I liked it. I didn't think, And I mean, by all intents and purposes, I know it sounds like I should be ranting on the film. It's just, I don't think it's nearly bad to rant at. It's just, I can see why it has on IMDb. Yeah, I don't think it's a terribly awful film. I think the second half is worth at least one watch. Not something I would ever own in my collection. I mean, it was on for free on YouTube. At least when I saw it. I don't know by the time I uploaded, but when I saw it, it was for free on YouTube. If you get past the slow first half, the second half is alright. I've seen much more, better creature feature, nature gone amok, whatever you want to put category type of movies. But, I mean, again, with a crazy premise of this guy was bitten by this big snake, and it's a giant snake, and it bites people, and they converse. Yeah, they converse conversations. Venom makes you talk more. It convulses, and again, do more with that, and then but this guy has an ESP linked to it. It's a crazy premise I think they could have had a lot more fun with, and they didn't have nearly as fun with it as I think they should have, but that's just me. But either way, thanks for watching, take care, and we will see you in another 80s horror movie review later.